Hi, this is Deanna Sittner, and this is my assignment 5 for AEP 867. This is the evaluation of my lesson plan that I created for assignment 4. My lesson plan covered dividing fractions by whole numbers and dividing whole numbers by fractions, which I taught to my class of 24 fifth grade students. The goal for the students was to be able to understand this concept and then to use it to help them solve and create real-world problems covering this topic. Some of the questions that we were asked to answer: the first, do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? And I would say yes. The tasks that I asked them to complete did a good job of showing evidence that the students either understood or needed more assistance with those tasks. These included a pre- and post-test, informal assessment using both observation and thumbs up. This included success with solving practice problems, letting them, as well as myself, know whether they were going to need more help or whether they were completing those accurately. And then also in creating their own real-world problems really shows whether or not they understand the concept and what they're doing with that concept. The next question, do the tasks involve a complex real-world authentic application of the identified knowledge, skill, and understandings? I would say yes. To complete this, I asked my students to watch a real-world application video as I was teaching this skill, to just give them an idea of how they would actually use this skill in the real world. I also asked them to work as partners and solve real-world problems. And then also, towards the end, as a more higher level complex skill, to write their own real-world problems to show their understanding of that skill. The next question, are a variety of appropriate assessment formats used to provide additional evidence of learning? I think yes. I did use a fair amount of assessment formats. I did use the pre and post formal assessment, as well as the informal thumbs up and observation to give me ideas throughout the lessons as to everything from how much help certain students needed or how to pace my lesson. Also for them to kind of assess each other as they worked as partners on solving real world problems. And then also I kind of was able to differentiate here for my higher achieving students as they showed that they did have a good understanding of this. And then I asked them to watch a video kind of pushing them a little bit farther to take the same skill but to a bit of a higher level. The last question, are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning and performance? I believe yes. The students were able to check and fix their story problems, giving them an idea of if they were understanding the skills and if they needed more help and needed to ask for assistance either from their partner or from myself. Also in helping other students solve problems that they wrote, this helps them to kind of understand whether or not they understand it by teaching someone else how to do it. And then, of course, they were able to view their post-assessment and reflect on the need for further practice in our MTSS groups, meaning that they are allowed to work on a program where they get to choose areas that they need more practice with. Therefore, if this was a skill that they did not show proficiency with, then they are able to use it during our MTSS group time to help them do that a little bit more. A couple of things that I would change and improve upon. I would like to make the assessment just a little bit longer and add a couple of story problems to that. I would probably just make my own assessment in Google Forms rather than finding one so that it fit my needs just a little bit better. And then the other thing I would really like to do is to find a project-based learning kind of project that students could use, not only this, but some of the other fraction skills to kind of tie all those skills together and make sure that they have a really solid concept of these skills and how to use them in the real world. So overall, I'd say my lesson went well. And as always, there's some things that could be improved on. And that's what I will work on for next time. Thanks.